Hello YouTubers and welcome to my first long form video. My name is Maura and I love sharing my DIY projects, home decor, and really anything relating to your home. So if you like that stuff too, make sure you subscribe below so I can keep sharing it with you all. I get so many questions about this project, so I thought it would be a good one to start with. It's where we did the faux beam in our dining room and then surrounded with tongue and groove wood paneling. It's one of my favorite projects. This project is pretty beginner friendly. I would say the hardest part was cutting the mitered edges and installing the tongue and groove. I tried to do this by myself, but with the span being so long, the tongue and groove board just kept popping out and I couldn't hold them down. So I did have to have my husband help me with this one. If you had shorter boards, I would definitely say this is a one-person job, but if you're doing longer span boards and faux beams, then I would definitely have somebody help you. Another thing that I wanted to mention was I recorded all of these videos before I had a YouTube channel, so please bear with me. I'm gonna try and explain as best I can, but if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. This is how the room looked before, and it was still pretty. It just felt like it was missing something. I started off by removing our light fixture, and I turned off the power at the breaker and then carefully removed it. Setting it on top of the ladder helped distribute the weight so I could get it off. I have my laser measure lined up with part of the ceiling here, and it should be the same pitch all the way up. So then I have two scrap pieces of wood. One I'm gonna line up with the end of the laser here, and the other one I'm gonna line up with the pitch of the ceiling. And then I'll line along this wood, and then I should be able to cut that with the miter saw. And it should give me, I think, the pitch. I have the back of the board here against the back of the miter saw, and whenever I bring the saw blade down, you can kind of see like the dotted line that it'll be on. And I have it set at 15 degrees and it seems pretty close. It's a little off, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, I've got my scrap piece here that I just cut at the 15 degrees. So I'm gonna put this end up against the laser here. I just need to get my hand out of the way. And so it looks like it is actually pretty spot on. So you can kind of see how close it is to the ceiling too. Okay, it works, and we're at 15 degrees. I have Craig's rip cut guide attached to my circular saw, and my bevel is set at 45 degrees for this cut, and the other side was 15 degrees. You can kind of see my cut in this picture. The top I have at 15 degrees because of the pitch of the ceiling, and then the bottom is the 45. I have all three of the boards cut to size now. I have these joints cut at 45 degrees, so whenever they come together, it'll form a square. I'll just fill this joint with wood glue and nail it together and then wait for it to dry. Assembly was pretty easy. I put tape on the bottom and then filled in the edges with the wood glue and secured it with 1-inch brad nails. I probably should have had the tape go all the way around, but that's okay. If you have some gaps on your edges, you can use the flat side of a screwdriver, a hammer, whatever you want, and push the edges together. Then you can take a fine grit piece of sandpaper and sand off the edges so it gets all those splinters. I still have a little bit of work to do before I can actually hang the beam, and I'm going to show you what I plan to do near our ceiling here. I need to add blocking here so it comes down and brings the junction box down to the edge of the beam, and then I want to add blocking in the corners so that way I can attach the beam to them. I'm going to try to attempt to explain the blocking here, but I think it'll make more sense once you start to see it go up on the ceiling. So I have a beam here, and then these are the blocking pieces that I think I'm going to use. So like this one would be on the wall, and then the beam will go up around them. So that's a ceiling one. That's a ceiling one with the light mount. I don't know if that's actually going to work, so fingers crossed it does. And then over there we have another wall mount one. This is a video that I still wish we had, but the way that I mounted it was we put it around the blocking and then I put 2-inch brad nails on the sides. You can also screw it in if you want more support. If you remember, I had a piece of blocking that came down, which makes the junction box sit flush with the bottom of the beam. I have the power turned off here, but I'm just screwing the junction box in the bottom, and that's where my electrical will be. I tested out a few different samples, and I used the scrap wood from the beam so I could get an accurate representation from it. I tried both oil-based and water-based stain. I decided to use a water-based stain, so I'm using a water-based pre-stain conditioner first, and then I'll apply my wood stain. The color I'm using is Minwax's Dark Walnut, and I think it turned out really pretty on the ceiling. I found that it's easier to apply the water-based stains in sections and then kind of go back and blend them together. I'm using a microfiber cloth that's lint-free, and that's what I found has worked best for me. I will seal the beam with Minwax's Dark Wax, and it'll give it a pretty matte finish. I left the beam up by itself for a couple of days just to make sure I wanted to add the tongue and groove. It looked really pretty by itself, but I thought it would look prettier with the tongue and groove. I started by marking all of our ceiling joists and then staining the boards before I put them on the ceiling. I added liquid nails on the back of each board. Liquid nails is an adhesive that will help hold the boards up. And then we attached them with 2-inch brad nails into our ceiling joists. This was the part that was much easier with 2 people. I love watching these boards go up, so here's a little time lapse for you. To cover my edges, I rip cut 3-inch strips of plywood and then stained them and nailed them into my boards. I wanted mine to be a little bit thicker, but you can make them as thin or as thick as you want, and I'm using 1/4-inch plywood here. Here's what the ceiling looks like after it was all finished. I honestly don't think the video does it any justice, and it looks so much prettier in person. I really hope this is a project that you'll try. During the course of this project, I also changed our wall color to Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe because I can't wait to share more projects with you.